In the just concluded monsoon session of the parliament, an important law was passed which bans all forms of real money games from the online landscape. Now, it is for the larger social good and a significant step because it saves many families, many individuals from the evils of whatever was happening, whatever it was resulting in. We'll discuss about them. But at the same time, it has a flip side where it has rendered many people jobless. It has, led many companies to a situation where they could shut down or they have to repurpose themselves. They have to look at now what are their strengths, what are their capabilities, and what are the new opportunities that can align. And the third thing which it has resulted is for many online games, gaming companies, real money games used to be the main, cash generator. So that gets wiped off their balance sheet, impacting their growth. So, these kind of impacts are not very, small ones. They are very difficult and very time consuming in terms of, absorbing their impact. So it could take now years for many of these companies to regain and reach the situation reach the level where they were at the moment. But as I said, it is for the larger social good. So everybody has to responsibly react and I would say align with this law now. And yes, when we look at the kind of impact, direct impact and adverse impact it has caused, look at the number of people which have got impacted due to it, compared with those now who would get saved out of it. Obviously, then we have to be with the decision. One of the issues which can still come back, and I'm sure, when I look at the reaction of the industry, I have been closely monitoring and looking at the reaction of, companies like Winzo, Dream11. All of them have not only just shut down those kind of portfolio, but they have also, in a way supported this and ensured that they believe in a healthy and thriving ecosystem, a thriving gaming ecosystem, which obviously does not, harm anyone. So it cannot be my win is your lose. So that's the spirit, and I really appreciate. I think we all should appreciate and acknowledge the gaming, companies that the way they have responded to this development. But now here is a counter argument, okay, which is that, okay, if we are doing it for the social good, then why don't we completely ban it? Why only from online platforms? That's a question which needs to be answered. So if we look at what does online enable, it enables quick access to a very large audience. So it becomes one of the quickest and fastest means of distribution. It brings a lot many people, or kind of exposes them to newer ecosystems and sub ecosystems, irrespective of how aware and how knowledgeable they are about these systems. That's second. And third is it also reduces the entry barriers. There are not just economic barriers, there are at times social barriers also. For instance, somebody telling in family that I am going to a place where you play such games, there could be some social obstacles just within starting from the family. But if you're using a digital mode, maybe your family will never come to know. So in a way, it reduces all these barriers. Now, while there are many goods to this, obviously there are some, counterproductive challenges as well, as was the case in real money gaming. So, as I said, when you're not aware about the ecosystem, when you're not aware about the nitty-gritties of the sub ecosystem, you don't understand it well, and then you start participating, obviously you are very vulnerable. Okay, it's not just that you may be poor and you lose a lot of your fortune on it. It is also because you could be vulnerable because you don't know about the system. Now, when you don't know how does the betting world work, how do these kind of games work in the real world, and you join them, you participate through any kind of online medium, you are the most vulnerable, sir. And that's what exactly was happening. People, and then the participation fee was not too high. It was at times 50 rupees, 100 rupees, 200 rupees, 500 rupees. So when you look at this kind of money, so different people will think, okay, we are not spending too much. Okay, it's probably equivalent to a cup of tea or a samosa these days. And one loses, and then you keep on repeatedly put money into it, in just thinking that okay, one fine day there will be a reverse trend and you will start winning and you will recover all the money. So you keep on kind of participating in it. By the time you have very deeply invested yourself into it, you have not just lost your money, your possessions, but you have also now burdened yourself with loans. And there have been a lot of media reports where such stories did come up, that people did lose a lot of money, and they had now, they were owing money to people. And sometimes, children kind of misused money of their parents to put them into trouble. So a lot of, bad things were getting kind of tied to it. Of course, as I said, because, people who did not even understand what this ecosystem is all about, they had started participating in it. And that is what, digital at times, brings with itself a kind of a vulnerability. We have seen, as in the case of say cyber security, people, we have done some studies in the past where we have found people who don't understand something about digital security, data security, privacy. They are the most vulnerable, and they keep on for instance, easily signing up any of the platforms, installing any of the apps without understanding what kind of issues it could lead to. So same was the case which was happening with this online gaming, real money games. People were putting in money and putting themselves to trouble without understanding the nitty-gritties and granularities of these kind of ecosystems like betting and other kind of real money games. So if we look at the a broader framework, if we look at these things, these issues from a broader perspective, yes, I agree that it should not exist either in online or offline world. Mediums are irrelevant over here. A bad is a bad. But any medium which makes the adoption faster, of course, of a bad thing, which makes it accessible to vulnerable sections, or which connects with the vulnerable folks out there, vulnerable people out there, which makes it easy for them to kind of participate in these things. Of course, that should not be there. That should be instantly removed and made discontinued, and that's what exactly this law has done. I'm sure some of the maybe gaming companies might be contemplating right now that they could go to Supreme Court and probably file a case or suit against it and fight it out. Well, they have their right, but yes, when we look at the larger social good, I think everybody should support this initiative, this endeavor of the government. But then there's a bigger question, that why do these things happen at the first instance? Why do we really allow such things when we could anticipate, I would say, that it can tomorrow become a problem of very big magnitude, and then it could become very difficult to reverse from there. So yes, I think we need to move to that kind of thought process where we are able to proactively regulate such things and feel that okay, these things probably need not to be in the online mode. If they exist somewhere in the real world, let them exist, if at all law permits. But then we should cautiously and consciously bring these things in the digital world. Understand the pain point of any startup who would have invested a lot of money, resources, time into building something, and now it becomes illegal. At that time, it was legal. So we have to understand those implications also. I don't think they are at fault. They were not doing anything illegal at that point of time. Ethically, I'll not get into the ethical dilemma, but legally they were not doing anything wrong at that time. Similarly, somebody who joined them as a team member did nothing wrong. They just joined an opportunity which gave them good livelihood. So yes, we should, I think, avoid such things in future, and proactively look at these issues and try to get rid of them from the digital ecosystem, at least, if not the real world. That's what I had to share in my Tech Byte for today. I'll be back with you. Till then, enjoy tech.